Hi guys, thanks for watching the video. This is a response video to a video by David Birdsall on his Retro Games Play Badly channel, which he did 2 months ago. So yeah, apologies for being late to the party, David. I literally only saw the video the other day, and it's 5 games that I've got a emotional connection with. So I don't know if I'm going to do 5 because I haven't pre-planned this. I'm just going to spin them out. But certainly, Commodore Plus 4 was actually had the first. So we used to have an Atari 2600, which we rented when I was a kid in the early 80s, and then we had I had a Commodore VIC-20 for like 3 hours or something because it broke, and then I had a Commodore Plus 4. And anybody who's got a Commodore Plus 4 will tell you get a certain number of games with it. You got like a pack of 10. And there's 3 standout games on there, which was Treasure Island, Icicle Works, and Fire Ant. And I've just got very good memories of just playing those games myself, but also with my parents, with my mum. Was quite into it actually. She's quite into Fire Ant. Yeah, so it was. The thing is, and there's a bit of age difference between me and my younger brothers. So there's about 7 years difference. So it was just enough that I kind of, growing up, you know, I mean, I got to sort of 7 and a bit before I actually had anybody else there. So it was just me and the computer for a long time, and obviously then mum and dad would play as well. So yeah, playing those early games, Icicle Works, great game, very special. Used to love that game, absolutely love that game. Probably just followed second place maybe for me by Treasure Island, and then a very close third on that for Fire Ant. But yeah, got great memories playing those games as a very young kid. Next would be on the Spectrum Plus 2. There's a game called Derby Day, which is, you know, not a renowned game at all, but basically it's just used to bet on horses. And one of my mates, Craig, who lives down the road from me, he had that game. He had a Spectrum Plus 2. I'd never seen a Plus 2 before until I got round to Craig's. And we just spent loads of time just playing this Derby Day, just betting on these horses. Yeah, that was just fond memories of playing that game. Just for that reason, just literally for that reason. And actually similarly, because I had another friend called Richard, and we all played Target Renegade, and I absolutely loved Target Renegade. Played it with my brothers, played it with my friends, played it on my own, just played it. It was just a great game. Just played it round and round and round. Played it to death, basically. Target Renegade, yeah, brilliant game. So Target Renegade. So I'm up to 5 already there, because I've got, you know, Treasure Island, Icicle Works, Fire Ant, Derby Day, and lost it already. Target Renegade. Right, what else have I got? So I mean, they're from being really young. Then you've got the 16-bit era, which for me was kind of 92 onwards, which would be the Mega Drive, and games that I got on that were, one that stands out is a game called Gain Ground, and because me and my brothers by that point were just playing that game to death, completed it numerous times, just played it round and round and round, had a great time playing Gain Ground. What else? Gain Ground. I mean, there's lots of them on the Mega Drive. There's lots of great games on the Mega Drive, but I think the standout ones, I think the ones that kind of warm the heart, they're the ones from when I was really a kid. Yeah, I think maybe that's. I think in terms of ones that warm the soul, basically, I think it's probably those really early games on the Commodore Plus 4 and the Spectrum, and then maybe 1 or 2 on the Mega Drive. The great games, but ones that I've got an emotional attachment, it's probably the ones from the really early days, to be totally honest with you. I mean, there's lots of games that I've got an attachment with. Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw one more in there. Actually, I'm going to throw in Final Fantasy VII, because I remember how I got into that was I borrowed. Mentioning Craig, his younger brother Alan had a. They must have had a PlayStation, but he had Final Fantasy VII, and I borrowed it, and I don't know, it worked. I borrowed it, and I borrowed his card or something, because I started playing the game from like sort of 20 minutes into it, And I remember just playing it and thinking, yeah, this is okay, but this is going to be one of those games that I never get to the end of. Like so many games you play, especially RPGs that go on and on, you never see the end of them. I mean, you enjoy playing them, but best will in the world, So I was playing it thinking, I'm never going to see the back end of this. But I just got more and more into the storyline the more it went on. And actually, eventually I said, no, I need to play it from the start because I feel like I've missed a little bit. So I went back, played it all again. And I remember my first playthrough to completion, I racked up about 76 hours of play on it. And yeah, man, the storyline in it and the emotional attachment that you get to that game with the characters and everything, there was just so much story and emotion in it compared to your average game. I mean, yeah, it's not Space Invaders. There's some real kind of emotional stuff going on in Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I seem to remember just for some reason some of the things vibed with stuff that was happening in my own life at the time. Sounds a bit odd to say that with a game like Final Fantasy VII, but I think it was just that discovery stuff. I think, because I think what it was, because he's lost his memory, hasn't he? And he's piecing stuff back together and he's starting afresh a little bit. And I seem to remember at that time I'd gone to college and a lot of my friends had kind of gone off to university and stuff around the country, and so it was kind of just me, and I was making new friends at college. And I know it's nothing to do with Final Fantasy VII whatsoever, is it? And I'm just waffling on there, so I'll stop. But basically, yeah, I think it just vibed with me for that reason. So so let me know what you think in the comments below, as they say. Let me know particularly if you got any memories about the Commodore Plus 4 and those games, because yeah, those ones really stood out for me. It'd be great to hear what you guys think. Okay, yeah, David, so those are my games, mate, and I'll hand the baton over to somebody else now, if I'm not 2 months too late. Cheers guys, thanks.